Do you struggle to choose which watercolors to buy? Or do you feel lost in the art store with so many options? Or wonder why your watercolor paintings look muddy or dull? Let me show you how to easily build your own basic palette with just 8 colors, a set that will let you paint anything and achieve bright, clean and vibrant results. So why is it important to start with a carefully selected palette? Because it gives you the confidence to paint any subjects like landscapes, flowers, still life, without worrying that you won't have the right color or that your mixes will turn muddy. Why I do recommend to start with a minimal palette? Well, the first reason is that most ready-made palettes from manufacturers are not ideal. Usually some colors remain unused and others that you really need are missing. It is so much more effective to build your own minimal palette where every color works for you. It also helps you learn how to mix colors correctly and build a well-balanced palette. So to start with, I need to tell you about single pigment and multi-pigment paints. You can look on your paints, or maybe in an art store you can check your paints, and you can turn them over and see the information that is written here. So here I have a tube of the Cascade Green. You can also find the watercolor in pans like this. Then on the other side you can read the information about the pigments. So this pigment from the Rembrandt is one pigmented paint and it is written PBK 11. That means that the pigment here is 1, so it is the black pigment here. And if you turn this tube and if you read the information about the pigments here, you can say that it contains raw sienna, PBR 7, then phthalo blue, PB 15. That means that this paint contains 2 pigments. You can go and check other colors, for example this one. Here we have the other information. And here you can read the pigments are PBK 11 and PG 7. So the P means pigment, BK here is black, and the next one, like PG 7, that means pigment green 7. So this paint is also 2 pigments. Pens can be also different in representing the information about the pigments. So here you can see the information here on this packaging, then you can open it and we have the same information here, PBK 11. And you can also see on the labels like this, the information is also written very clearly. We can say it is cadmium yellow dip and the pigment information is here, PY35. PY, that means pigment yellow. Now you know that the watercolors can be single pigment or multi-pigment. For a basic palette, it is better to choose single pigment paints. This allows for cleaner, more predictable color mixes. So always check the pigment index here on the opposite side of the tube or of the pan. It is more important than the color name used by the manufacturer. Now let's move on to my recommended basic palette. This is the core set to mix almost everything. So here are the colors, and we have the lemon yellow, it is PY3, quinacridone rose PV19, phthalo blue PB15, phthalo green PG7, dioxazine violet PV23, orange PO62, burnt umber PBR7, and yellow ochre PY43. And I have one more important note for you. Color names can vary slightly between different brands. For example, here you can see the red color, and the key is to always check the pigment that is used here. You can see the names, they are different. Here you can find pyrrole red, scarlet red, and permanent red. But the pigment is the same. The pigment is PR254, and the same is here. So always check the pigment. Yeah, the same, 254, PR254, and the same for this one, PR254. Friends, you are now watching a shorted version of this lesson. The full version is available on my Patreon, where I explain in detail how to expand this your basic palette, key principles and strategies, and how to build your perfect personal palette. Now let's talk about how you can evaluate your existing palette. You can look at the colors you already have. If you have any watercolor set, you can find the list of the colors on your packaging. Then you need to check whether they are single pigment or multi-pigmented. And it is ideal if your yellow, red, and blue should be cool, so the lemon yellow, quinacridone rose, and phthalo blue. Or you can have both variants of yellows, reds, and blues, warm and cool yellows, warm and cool reds, and warm and cool blues. If your existing palette contains them, that means that the palette is good. The next step, how to check your existing palette, is to make swatches. You can mix yellow and blue, yellow and red red plus blue. If you're getting beautiful oranges, amazing greens, and vibrant purples, that means that the palette is good. And if everything turns muddy, you may want to adjust your basic colors. The most important thing here, don't be afraid to make experiments. A high-quality minimal palette is your reliable starting point. Over time, you will naturally feel which additional colors you want to add, and you will be able to expand your palette in a smart way. I wish you bright and beautiful colors in your paintings. Paint, experiment, and see you in my next lessons.